السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. إخواني أخواتي الأساتذة الكرام، متابعي قناة متابعي صفحة أكبر تجمع لأساتذة التعليم المتوسط، ومتابعي قناة الأساتذة الجزائريين. بما أنه يعني أنا كنت وضعت فيديو. I did a video before where I was speaking about how to teach listening session and what are the steps that you are going to follow. But for so sorry, some admins didn't till now accept or didn't approve my post. So to remake or to do the video, or to present the video again, I'm going to explain the steps that you are going to follow to make or to prepare a listening session, and the steps that you are going to follow to do that. Now, before I start this video and to start explaining, I would like you to subscribe for this channel to help me and to help those who are working with me in this channel to grow up with this channel, and to do the best for you as teachers, and as let's say to help each other. Now, concerning listening listening session, how to do it and how to deal with this listening, especially listening, because it is somehow difficult sometimes to us as teachers to deal with this. I'm speaking about listening and writing. Okay, in this video I'm going to talk just about listening, and the next videos there will be other lessons, inshallah, where I'm going to explain other things. Of course, I'm not going to do this. I'm not doing that alone. I mean, but I collect information from my friends, from my sources, from some teachers, and we resume, and also we do something which has relationship with experience. Okay, so it's not just we are doing this just randomly, or I'm just alone doing that. Even my experience as a teacher is just 4 years, so I'm not someone who is expert in teaching. Even me, I'm new like you, but learning and searching gives you experience and helps you to develop your skills. I'm talking about teaching skills. So let's start with before I start talking about listening. I'm so sorry because I'm so tired. Just I've done this video just because you were asking me. I'm talking about the group of English language middle school, and the group of Tugurt middle school or teachers that they just ask me, and I want to really to help them, and I appreciate their commands, and I appreciate their help. Okay, so I said before I start this video, or before I start talking, if there is any question, just write it in the commentary bar and I will answer you. So concerning listening lesson. Now, in any lesson of English lessons, whenever you want to present a lesson, there are three phases, and I know that you know them, which are pre-listening and during listening and post-listening. So we have pre, during, and post. So pre, which means at the beginning; during, which is mean in the mid lesson or while lesson; and the last one, which is post listening, which is at the end. Now, a listening lesson plan is made of these three steps. Okay, Now, let's talk about pre-listening. What a teacher can do, or what can he prepare for listening, or for pre-listening step or phase or degree. Okay. Now, the teacher builds a schema and introduces new language as needed. Also, he used pre-listening activities to prepare students for what they are going to hear or view. Okay, and also the activities chosen during pre-listening may serve the preparation, or may serve as a preparation for listening in several ways. Now, during listening, or during pre-listening, the teacher may take into consideration, or may do some things like assessing students' background knowledge, like providing students with the background knowledge necessary for their comprehension of the listening passage. Also, teachers need to clarify any cultural information which may be necessary to comprehend the passage. Now, here I want to explain what does mean to clarify any cultural information. For example, if we take into consideration the four MS classes, sorry. Now, you see that they will study about, for example, in sequence two, personal, me, my personality, and life experience. Now, here they are going to face new culture, new things. Okay, so when you are talking, I mean, when you are reading the passage that you have prepared before at home, so at least try to explain some words, some new words for them. Okay, this is what do I mean by clarifying any cultural information. Now I will go to the next not next step, or what the teacher is going to do. He's going to make students aware. Always I'm talking about pre-listening. Okay, I didn't finish with pre-listening. So I said the teacher assess students background knowledge, I mean, in this phase pre-listening. Also provide students with the background, and clarify any cultural information, and make students aware of the type of the text they will be listening to. Now, you cannot uh, just speak, and some of your pupils are not giving you any ears. Okay, so you need to make your students aware of the type of the text they will be listening. For example, you invite them and you give them a hint about the text that you are going to read. Okay, I would like to see if there are any okay, so let's continue. The last thing that I want to talk about, pre-listening, which is provide opportunities for group or collaborative work, and for background reading or class discussion activities. Now, here what do I mean is to give your pupils opportunities to work in groups or in pairs in order to collaborate with each other and work with each other, that they can share their background, I mean, in reading or in listening. Okay, now we have finished with pre-listening. I'm going to during listening, what can you do, or what you will prepare for this phase, I mean, during listening, or what are the activities that you are going to use to or for during listening. Now, while listening activities relate directly, I repeat, while listening activities relate directly to the text. So they have a relationship with the text, I mean, direct relationship, okay? Not like pre-listening. Pre-listening, no, you will ask them some questions, You prepare them for what you are going to read for them. But in during listening, no, the activity has a relationship with the text that you are reading and with the text that your learners are listening for. Okay, so and there are some points that the teacher should take them into consideration. First of them is that if a student are going to complete a written task during or immediately after listening, so the teacher should allow them to read through it before listening. What do I mean here? For example, if you give your pupil a task, for example, you read a text and ask them to fill a gap or to do an activity, okay, while you are reading. For example, you are reading and they are doing the activity. Now sometimes you finish reading but they don't finish just at the time when you finish your reading. So don't stop them from completing the answer. No, give them a chance, or give them 1 minute or 2 minutes to do that activity, or to finish this activity. Then ask them for the answer. Another thing, you should organize the activities. What do I mean here? Organize the activities, I mean, from the easiest one to the difficult one, so they can go with you, okay? So you will not confuse them, okay? So just organize your activities and help them from the easiest one to the most difficult. Also, I said organize your activities so that they guide listeners through the text. Students complete multiple tasks that uh, move from a general to specific focus in order to deepen their understanding. Another thing that you should take into consideration as teachers when you are dealing with during listening, sorry, it's to use predicting. What do I mean here to use predicting? When you use predicting, you are going to encourage your pupil to answer, to monitor their comprehension. Also, for example, you give them the first letter, you say pa, and you give them L, for example, you say pass, and they will continue possible. Yes, this is the right answer, and so and you go with them with this, and this way it's very beneficial, and it's helpful and useful for testing your learners comprehension. The last thing in during listening, which is to give your pupils a chance to answer. Don't interrupt them when they are answering the questions. Now, the last phase, which is post listening. Post listening, we don't have a lot of activities. It is used, I mean, we use as teachers, we use the phase of post listening to check our learners comprehension, to evaluate their listening skills, and to extend the knowledge that they gained to other contexts. Now, a post-listening activities may relate to pre-listening activities. Here, what do I mean? The activities that you are going to give them in post-listening, they have a relationship with the pre-listening activities, not during listening activity. Okay. Also, post-listening activity must reflect the real life issues, or sorry, the real life uses to which students might put information. Okay, they have gained through listening. Another thing, which is that students complete activities that expand on content or language from the text. using other skills like grammar or speaking or writing. So this is for today. This is for the moment. If you have any, sorry, the camera is not good. So I said this is for listening and how to teach listening. If there is any questions, if there is any things that you want to ask me about, so there is no problem. You can just join me on my channel, YouTube channel Akbar أو قناة أساتذة الجزائريين, or you can join my Facebook, and I will be grateful to answer your questions. Thank you and goodbye. Assalamu alaikum. See you in another video in another day.